talking about trailering. This is kind of a short, sweet, and dirty when it comes to proper trailering and everything else. And I'm going to pre-apologize for audio quality. I lost my microphone. I'm not sure where I put it. I'll find it later. But for the time being, you're just going to have to, unfortunately, deal with the audio as it is. So first things first, you're going to need a vehicle to tow with. Well, today we're using our 2020 Buick Enclave. This has a rated towing capacity of 5,000 pounds maximum. More than enough than what we're going to be trailering today. Now let's go look at the trailer. So right here is the 12-foot utility trailer, and nothing fancy, just a nice solid utility trailer. It weighs less than 1,000 pounds, and we're going to be using it to haul my Harley Davidson over to the house. So without further ado, let's get started. Like I said, this video is more about safe trailering habits and what you need to do to trailer. So obviously we've got the basics here. We've got a tow vehicle and a trailer. So now, first order of business, and this is me especially on longer hauls, always make sure you got a spare. This one's a little old, a little crappy, but it holds air, so it makes a good in a pinch spare. The other thing is making sure you have proper trailering and everything is hooked up properly. A locking latch pin, safety chains, and your wiring harness adapter. This car has a 7-pin from the factory, so you need a 7 to 4 adapter for this. Another good thing to do is also make sure you have lights for said trailer, and once it's hooked up, you can always check it, either have somebody look at it as you press it, or set your hazard lights on, and if they flash and everything else, you're good. Now, the other thing is make sure you have a tag. Now, it depends on your state. Here in Mississippi, any trailer under 5,000 pounds does not have to be tagged. I apologize again for the audio. I don't have a microphone. Being that this trailer's GVWR is 2,800 pounds, that means we don't have to have a tag in the eyes of the state of Mississippi. Now you'll notice this trailer has a bit of a rake on it, and that is due to the fact that my vehicle sits a little bit taller than this trailer, which is perfectly fine. I personally like a little bit of rake on the trailer. It kind of helps me when you're balancing the load out. Then you can see when you're good. Because you want your load to be split 60-40. You want about 60% of the weight on the tongue and the rest to the axle. And you try to minimize what you have at the tail of the trailer. The more weight you have on the tail of the trailer, the more likely you are to have sway and can have an accident. Another great thing to check before you get to trailering is check the condition of your tires. Now these tires are about 2-3 years old. They just kind of they're dirty because it's a trailer. But they're solid, so we ain't gonna worry about them. Also one thing, I'll just boop it up. Also another thing, when you're making sure your trailer is secured, I like to put a little pin across in here. Technically you're supposed to, and I recommend, especially if you have an older trailer with a little bit more worn tongue, this just a little extra bit of security so it doesn't pop up. All right, now you're about to see me take and load the motorcycle onto the trailer, and you're going to see how the suspension will squat so we can get that proper balance. As you see, the car has a little bit of squat, not a lot, because this car obviously sits very level. Now, the trailer still has a little bit of lean, but we have the motorcycle's weight towards the tongue of the trailer, which is what you want. You want more weight to the front than to the back. Now, the next important thing is securing the load. This is my 2013 Harley Davidson Ultra Limited. So let's make sure we secure this girl good, because I don't want anything to happen to it. We're moved to a little bit different location in the neighborhood. I went ahead and strapped everything. And it's mainly because my neighbor has dogs that will bark at everything and they never shut up. So I have my motorcycle secured. I always make sure, especially when transporting a motorcycle or whatever you're transporting, if it's large, get some good solid ratchet straps and make sure it's secured where it's not going to move side to side, backwards or forwards. So what I do with this one, I strap the front wheel up here to the front of the frame. I chock the rear wheel, leave it in gear, and then I run a strap across with a cushion as kind of a protector to the seat to make sure it's not going to go side to side. But that's basically it. Like I said, please, if you like what you see, like, share, subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. If you have questions or topics you would like me to discuss in the future, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so very much for watching.